Today we're out here in a massive planned new construction community. We're gonna be very transparent with the prices. We've got some super affordable homes here. In fact, we've got new construction starting at $420,000, $384,000, $351,000, and this house behind me is priced as low as $316,000. Guys, that's insane.
So one of the reasons Ben and I chose this community is because currently they're going into their last phase. And I mean, it's already a planned community, like he said, and there's over 100 homes that will be built, and you guys are getting the first peek at it. Currently, we're at the Jordan model home. We're gonna take a look at that. And over here, so this is a model home they have. They do have the garage set up as a sales center right now, but you can get the idea of how it looks. So we're walking into, we have this front porch style. And Ben, what do you think about this siding?
Yeah, no, I really like the siding that they chose on this one, but with DRB, what's nice is that you actually can customize inside and outside of the home, so you can actually get a variety of options here. So what's your first impressions, Ricardo?
First impressions, man. You can feel the upgrades on this house. The
It's very wide, yeah.
It's very wide, so it gives
You can feel like 4 of you.
Yeah. You can have like 4 people come in at the same time. So first off, as you walk into your left here, you got one of the bedrooms.
Easy access right here.
Easy access.
Now this is perfect for if you got in-laws coming to stay, you got guests over, right off the main entrance here.
And again, one of the great things, Ben, is that you have the closet with this design with 2 doors. So
that's a good amount of space.
And now on this side, like you said, having in-laws or guests, you have the bathroom, a full bath right next to it.
Right, so you do have first floor living here. Obviously this isn't your master bedroom, but that's a pretty nice setup right here, right off the entrance. I don't know if y'all are picking up on this, but the ceiling is super duper tall down here, making it feel just even bigger in this house.
Behind this door, we got some storage.
Right? Good place for linens, coats, all that fun stuff.
So you got everything over here on the same place, and that's really good.
Yeah, we've had some clients kind of put a door here and make that like a mother-in-law suite or something. So moving further along, we have our dining room. This could be an office, whatever you really want it to be. We're starting to see some of the upgrades here. So they have a coffered ceiling in here. It doesn't cost a whole lot to get that upgrade, but it does make this room look a lot fancier and less than kind of your builder grade. And that's the benefit of not going with more of your spec builder like Lennar, for example, where you just it is what it is and everything kind of looks the same. As you guys can see, they've got room for 6 right here. You could definitely fit in a table that fit probably 8 or 10 people, and you've still got room on the side for like a drink station, some storage, you know, whatever you want. So again, this doesn't have to be a dining room, but it's a good amount of space. You also do have the option to turn this into another bedroom or another living room, really whatever you want here on the first floor. The rest of the space down here is pretty open concept. So you have your living room over here on the left. Good amount of space. They've got a nice L sectional in here, TV mounted on the wall. And we're seeing windows all along the wall. In fact, that entire wall that traverses the whole house is just pretty much windows. So it's super bright in here, but of course we have plenty of recessed lighting throughout the living room. And then it kind of leads into where you could put a dining room table. Now we just saw a dining room, so I don't know what you really need for this. This could be more of your breakfast nook, and I mean, makes sense because we're right off of the patio. We'll look at that in a second. Then we've got our kitchen back here. So decent size island, enough room for 4 bar stools. We do see the wall oven. We've got a double wall oven here. So if you like to do a lot of baking, a lot of cooking, then that's gonna be a nice fit for you. They've got the smart panel in here as well, so you can control the upper and lower with a touch of a button. As you guys can see, there's a decent amount of countertop space. There's lots of upper cabinetry, and this is more of your gourmet kitchen. You can tell because you have the trim on top. You also have a lot of these cabinets that are going up different levels, and that kind of gives it a custom look as well. In addition to all the storage, of course, you're going to have a good sized pantry. So, I mean, that's a pretty good sized pantry.
It is.
In addition to all the cabinetry that you have.
So Ben just showed you the inside. Let me show you the outside.
And Ricardo, I don't think you know this, but this is literally where $25,000 of the $100,000 upgrades went alone.
Yeah, you can feel it. You definitely can feel it.
So what they did was, normally you get literally 1 square. So what they did was they extended it so that it's literally 4 squares length. In other words, this porch is literally the size of the whole house, the length of the whole house. It's all covered. You get 2 ceiling fans. and 2 built-in recessed lights. And you could easily screen porch this in, right?
Thinking, yeah, you can even have like one side open. You can even like close to.
Yeah, do half and half.
Half and half.
It literally takes up the whole length of the house. That looks so cool. And imagine all the parties and the fun that you could have out here when it comes time for grilling, and especially in the fall. Right now, it is freaking hot out, guys.
This is Ben's favorite weather.
I hate this weather. It's so hot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're out here sweating, working our butts off, trying to get you guys a good video of this community. So leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you guys look, we're backing up against trees. It's nice and private. It's super, super, super quiet out here. And that is pretty much the case for most of the lots out here. Now there's some lots that are smaller and some lots back up against each other, but a lot of these lots out here are just absolutely gorgeous. And that's something that you don't get closer to the heart of Raleigh.
So the size of this house is 2993 square feet. So you're almost hitting 3,000 square feet by 7.
This already feels super big just down here. And then you kind of remember, oh yeah, you have a second level. Wow.
Hey.
Look at that.
At least
That's a
right.
big loft. Look at all this space, guys.
You know what space means, Ben?
What?
A lot of space for activities, man.
Lots of activities up here. I hope this picks up on camera, guys, but this is just an absolutely massive loft. And it doesn't have to be a second living room. I mean, it looks like the perfect place to watch TV, you know, enjoy a movie. But this could be an office space. It could be really whatever the heck you guys want. There's just so much space up here, and it makes it so that all the bedrooms that are up here have a place to hang out with each other.
Ben, so one great thing that I really like is that they have the laundry room where all the rooms are. Well, we still got one below, but where the main rooms are. It's very spacious.
Good space in here, yeah. This is definitely larger than your basic laundry room.
And we have a utilities sink right here. Got some cabinets on top. Got a little window so that you don't feel
So confined, right? Doesn't feel like a dungeon. I like that.
Yeah. Now we're going to walk into one of the bedrooms. Got windows in every side of the room.
Yeah, this is great. 3 windows in a guest bedroom like this, or a smaller bedroom. It's great.
And the walk-in closet.
Oh my goodness. It just keeps getting bigger the more you walk into it. This could definitely be the size of the master bedroom closet. Like, this is big, guys. Lots of natural lighting. I love that.
So even though this is not the master bedroom, this bedroom can hold a queen-size bed, and you still got space in every side.
What's nice for this bedroom that we just walked through is that you're literally right off of the guest bathroom or the non-primary bathroom. So you've got, you know, your typical shower insert, your toilet, all that fun stuff in here. And then you've got your double sink vanity in here. And this is shared with both that bedroom and the one that we're gonna see next. But this bedroom is like right next to the bathroom. So I feel like they kind of, you know, get the best luck of the draw on that one. But we'll take you guys to look at the second bedroom here. First of all, nice little nook here. I like the way they use the space for a little desk and everything, but you can also do some storage or, you know, really whatever you want to do. And we've got about the same size bedroom in here as we saw down the hall. So again, queen size bed. It's pretty spacious in here. We've got still 3 windows as well. So just all throughout the house, these are upgrades. Like normally you only get 1 or 2 windows. They're adding in extra windows to add in extra lighting. And you're starting to see why we're at $100,000 in upgrades. So you're gonna have to mentally think back on that, but we know the base price is $420,000, and you still do get a lot for that base price. You still get 2 windows, you still get the actual square footage, the space. And in fact, they could have thrown in even more upgrades. We'll talk about that in a second. But look at this closet. It's not as big as the other one. It doesn't have the window that you saw, but it's still a sizable walk-in closet, and definitely a bigger closet than I grew up with when I was a kid. I'd be pretty happy with this.
So this would be the master bedroom, and one of the things that first caught my eye is the tray ceilings on top.
That looks really good.
That is an upgrade.
The way they painted it another color kind of makes it like an accent wall in of itself.
And this is
That's a king bed.
That's a king bed. So you got.
It is freaking huge in here.
Like 3 queen bedrooms.
Other upgrades that we're seeing in here, they added the wainscoting trim in here as well. Again, just anything you can do to make it not 4 white walls and that's all you got. This room feels completely different from other master bedrooms that we've walked, and I think you're really gonna feel it too when you walk inside of it. So how about that master bathroom?
Ben, let's take a look. So first impression, I feel space. And over here you got a double vanity with some quartz countertops. It's always good to be a little bit separate once you brush your teeth and do your stuff. Then over here you got a tub with the window.
Interesting. So we don't see a lot of tubs anymore. Typically we see that they're just making this whole wall a shower, or they're opting in for a little bit more storage. That's not a bad space shower either. Like, it's not small by any means. It doesn't feel confined.
Yeah, it feels like the right space to take a shower.
It's a one-person shower by all means, but someone could be in the shower while someone's taking a bath. And I mean, there are a lot of people who still like the idea of having a bathtub in their master bedroom. And like you said, Ricardo, a lot of natural light coming in through that window, which I appreciate.
And we have the walk-in closet.
Big enough for 2 people, I'd say.
Yeah, and again, you got a his and hers window. One for each.
I've never heard that phrase before, the his and hers window. But I like it. I mean, it's tall enough that you have privacy, but you also get a nice view. You get a lot of light coming in here. Yeah, it's a good one.
And of course, you got the throne room with that privacy.
Everyone needs a good private throne room. We all do it.
All right, so now we're coming into the Callaway. We're going down on price a little bit. Right now, this one is at $385K. So, I mean, you can see the affordability starting to come down a little bit. And let's walk in and see what this one got. Are you ready, Ben?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. All right, so as we walk in, I do feel like a quick access to all the places, so that's great. And we got this storage unit here.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, look how deep it is. Yeah, definitely you can store a lot of things. And over on this side, we have
Nice little mud room.
Room for all your storage, your books, your shoes,
For sure.
coats.
So we've got 2,300 square feet in this floor plan to play with. The first thing that I'm noticing is just how wide open this living room feels. So obviously you've got room for dining room table, you've got room for your couch, you're probably putting your TV over on that wall over there. And you've got windows around this entire room, so it's nice and bright out here on a sunny day. I absolutely love this island. Look at how many bar stools you could get along this thing. If you've got a big family, you've got a lot of friends over, this is gonna take care of your needs. And the amount of countertop space that you have in general for all your cooking. And of course, this is an upgrade. This is your marble countertop, so it looks a little bit nicer than your basic granite that a lot of builders are throwing in on the spec homes. And if you guys don't know, one thing about DRB in this community specifically that I love is that they have a mix of both spec and non-spec. So if you like having a lot of options, customization, going into an actual customization center and being able to choose the upgrades that you want to make your home your own, you can do that with this builder and in this community. And guys, you have 18 different floor plans to choose from, which is already really, really wild, the amount of selection that they're giving buyers when you buy into this community.
And as Ben was showing us, walking into the kitchen on this side, we can see the standard cabinets, but they got that special trim on the top that makes it look really special.
I like that, and I noticed that they also have soft close, so you don't have to worry about them slamming.
Yeah, you won't be slamming late at night once your team loses.
Nope.
And then you have the subway tile over here, always really nice, very pristine look.
You can also tell, just look at how much storage, just how much cabinetry you actually get.
And once we see all that, then you even have a pantry. So you have all that space over there with the cabinets, and then you have sort of like a small walk-in pantry.
I mean, with all the cabinetry you get, to also have a walk-in pantry at this price point, that's pretty good. Some other things that I really like about this space is that we've got the cooktop. So you're noticing we don't have the range under here. And if you've been watching the videos on the channel for a while, then you know that a lot of builders, even in the lower price point, are starting to move towards this because it saves a lot of space. It looks cleaner. In addition to having a microwave, you've got literally a double wall oven right here, which means if you're doing cooking, this is the ultimate kitchen for anyone who's a chef who likes entertaining because of the countertop space, all the storage, all the places that you can cook. That's gonna really sell this specific floor plan and with the upgrades for a lot of people. And stepping off the back patio here, what you guys are going to notice that's different from the home that we just looked at, and this is just a difference of upgrades, right? How much money you want to spend. And again, there's some incentives that'll help you with that. We'll talk about later in the video. But this is 3 slabs. So this is already a much bigger back patio slab than you would normally see, but we don't have the screened in porch. We don't have anything covering us above. Right now, where the sun is, we've got a lot of shade, but later in the day, that won't be the case. And if you look just down there, they only have 2 slabs, and the house next door and the one after that, they only have 1. So that is the base, right? Where you actually get 1 concrete slab. That's kind of what you would typically see.
All right, so now we're in the 2nd floor and we're walking into the bedrooms. So we have this one of the normal bedrooms. You walk in, you have 2 windows with a nice view to the outside.
A lot of times we only see 1 window in these bedrooms. And I always complain, if you've been watching the videos, I always complain about the natural light, but.
And we're gonna take a look at the second one. And again, we have the 2 windows. You don't get much sunlight on this one, but still enough.
At least for this time of day, but wow, look at that
got
closet.
Another
this closet
window.
Makes the other bedroom, well, let's just say they're gonna be fighting over this bedroom specifically. Because look at that closet, that's amazing. All right, so these 2 bedrooms are going to be, of course, sharing their own full bath here. So we have the double sink vanity. And then if you poke your head in here, you're gonna see, of course, the throne room and the shower. Got a door on here so you can have someone in here washing their hands while someone else is taking a shower. And then you also have the laundry room right next to it as well. So pretty typical size laundry room, enough room for your units. And then you got some storage up above. And again, just convenient location to everyone on the 2nd floor. There's nothing I hate worse than when they try to put the laundry room on the 1st floor to save space upstairs, but then everyone has to bring their dirty laundry downstairs. Not cool with that. All right, so check out what they've done with the rest of the upper floor. So first of all, you have this long hallway kind of separating the master. You have this nice loft here, which is something that we don't see on a lot of the floor plans. And this could be whatever you want. This looks like it could be a little media room, it could be a game room, it could be an office, or crazy idea if you really wanted like a giant master, you could even frame in a door like right here and have this be like a closet or, you know, whatever you want, right? Like this could be an extension of the master if you really wanted a bunch of extra space. I don't know, whatever you're looking to do. But the actual master in here is a good size. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. It's facing the back of the property, so you have a pretty good view. You're not looking out at cars in the driveway, right? You're looking out at grass and some trees. And this gives you a nice little shot of kind of what's gonna be coming up. And we're gonna be showing you guys the specific lots that are gonna be available back to the left there later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Ricardo is gonna be taking us into the master bathroom.
So good thing you got a his and hers vanities, so that's really amazing.
I love when they do that, so you're not right next to each other.
And over here we got the shower.
Nice, they got kind of the marble tile look, floor to ceiling, nice little upgrade with the long window there. Again, natural light, I'm a big fan. And I have to make the joke, you got a seat in case you get tired.
Should I sit, Ben?
I think you should sit, you've earned it.
I think it's good space.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Might be a little crowded for 2 people because of the seat, but.
That is true. All right, so another good thing is you got his and hers closet.
Oh, really?
One for each. So you take a look over there.
Holy smokes, that is a good sized closet, and I'm guessing this is going to be the hers closet, isn't it? Where's the his closet at?
Over here.
Oh, that's actually pretty good too. Look at that. I expected the other closet, honestly, to be pretty small, but I mean, they're both really good sized closets. For the price point, that's awesome.
And you get some privacy over here in the throne room.
Nice, love to see it.
Close it down, do your thing.
So we're here at the center of Sidney Creek. This is where all their amenities are, but I mean, this is the main hub, but they have plenty of pocket parks with all sorts of amenities throughout this pretty decent sized community. So behind us, you're seeing a massive dog park. They have like 3 or 4 of those here, and there's more to come. They've got pickleball and tennis over there. Ricardo and I just got done playing a pickleball tournament.
We did.
We got absolutely smoked by some old grannies, but we tried our best. Not exactly the most athletic.
And
bunch.
we won 2 games though, so.
Yep, but if you like an active lifestyle in a low price point, these are the best amenities that I personally have seen in the price point, period, to date on the channel as a realtor, off video. What about you?
Yeah, just being completely honest, and it's not selling or anything. I mean, for the price point, for the affordability of housing, you have all these amenities. You even have like a tennis court, you have a big dog park. So I mean, in Raleigh, you don't get this at these prices,
No,
or
not
even
close.
even at 600s.
Yeah.
Probably you won't get that.
And behind us, there's even a nice swimming pool and a giant park, all brand new. There's kids outside actively enjoying it right now. It's super hot. I'm kind of jealous of them. I don't know about you, Ricardo, but it's hot.
I saw your swim trunks in your car, Ben.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to
So
go.
I know you're ready.
I'm ready to go. Well, if you want some realtors who are out there, you know, getting beat up by the sun to show you guys on the ground, then just make sure you call or text the number at the bottom of the screen when you're ready. You want to find more communities like this with awesome amenities, low prices. We'll be happy to help you out. Start that conversation today. And if you guys are curious about the townhomes behind me, they have those here too. We're not going to showcase them today. Comment below if you want us to come back and do that, make more of a townhome video, but they're starting at $230,000 base price, which is just absolutely ridiculously dirt cheap. And you still get access to all these great amenities. You don't have as much maintenance. So again, comment down below if you want to learn more about that. In addition to having great amenities within the community, you're also an earshot away from some awesome schools. So if you have kids and you're looking for good quality Wake County schools, then you can still get that here at Sidney Creek, all within a very reasonable driving distance.
And one great thing is, Ben, that you're still only 25 minutes away from downtown Raleigh and 45 minutes away from the airport. So I mean,
that's a pretty reasonable commute, especially if you're only going into RTP, you know, a few times a week, a few times a month. That's not bad.
yeah, or even one time or two times during the holidays.
Yep. Now, downtown Zebulon doesn't have a whole lot compared to Raleigh proper, but it still does have some cute local coffee shops. It's got a few of your basic necessities like your McDonald's and some grocery stores. And you have some other nearby Raleigh suburbs that are going to offer more of your upscale shopping and dining, you know, your Target and all that fun stuff. That's only about 10-15 minutes away. All right, so here at the next home, this is a Cameron. It's also a very popular one here in the community, just a little above 2,000 square feet. So definitely smaller than what we just came from. However, there's some cool features in here that you guys are definitely going to love, and you're gonna love the price point. So this is a base price point of $329. With upgrades, this one behind me is active for sale for $351. So incredible price point, the lowest that we've seen so far. Now the next one's even cheaper, just hang on for that. But let's get you guys inside. What we are noticing is you do not have much, well, you really don't have a porch here. And if you really want the southern front porch with the swing and all that fun stuff, then you're not gonna find it on this floor plan, and you might like some of the other floor plans that we've been looking at better. So it all depends on what you're looking for. So just enough room to, you know, knock on the door. Well, it's open, let's go on in. Wow, it feels good to get out of that heat, guys. It is a scorching one. But anyways, we're here in the front office. This could be a little guest bedroom. Now you don't have a closet or anything like that. So, you know, do with that what you will, but they've got the double doors on here with the glass. You could swap that out for solid doors if you were turning it into more of a little guest suite. This could be an office, little reading nook. You got windows facing out the front of your property. So it's almost like you're in like an interior front porch. You can still set up some chairs, enjoy the view if that's what you want to do. I do think it's kind of interesting how they have the stairs at an angle right when you walk in. I don't hate it because it's not directly in front of you when you're walking. At the same time, it is a little bit narrow walking through here to get into the living room.
So one of the things, Ben, that I was noticing as you were showing the front and everything is, one of the things is, look at how high the ceiling is over here. I mean, usually you have the ceiling right over here, but it goes way up high. And you have the staircase. It might be a little different than what's usual, but I feel like they tried to sort of make this style sort of
like a grand opening.
Like a grand opening.
Yep, I gotcha.
So as we were looking at the other house, and you could tell that they were trying to make it more elegant, more even at a lower price point.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feel I'm getting over here. And I mean,
I agree with you.
That's great because they care about all their houses.
Even the lower price point
Even
ones.
the lower price
Yep,
ones.
and that shows you what kind of builder they are. And I mean, this is a good sized living room. Like, you have a lot of space in here. You have a whole wall for your TV entertainment and everything. You still have a decent amount of lighting coming in. And the back view, we'll go outside in a second, but it's gorgeous out there. You've got a pond out there. This is a nice lot, and so far I'm really liking this floor plan. Now, one thing that I don't like as much is that the kitchen is definitely your $300,000 kitchen, right? It's small. Now, you've still got the upgrades, so that's pretty cool. You've got the nice countertop, right? You've got the soft close cabinets that we've been seeing. You've got the nice sink underneath the countertop. You've got the trim work on the top of the cabinetry, and they're changing heights. So you've got a lot of the gourmet features minus the double wall oven. You still got a little bit of a island here. I mean, it's not massive. You could fit 2 bar stools up here. It's just you and your partner. You know, you're having one friend over, then that would work. Now, what's interesting is they kind of just put the half bath here in the middle. So, I mean, it's your standard half bath if we're actually under the stairs right now, but it gets the job done. I don't like to critique half baths too much because, I mean, they're there for one specific purpose. And you still have a good amount of closet space in here. And you also have a pantry that's pretty accessible to your kitchen. Again, not massive, but if we're talking about 2 or 3 people living here, it'll get the job done. And of course, you also have access to your laundry room, and you're gonna have access to the garage in here as well. Pretty standard setup, standard 2-car garage. Not much to say about that. You guys know what a garage looks like. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. But one thing I did wanna show you actually, Ricardo, is that they do have a nook kind of carved out right here, which I like. Oh, yeah. So they don't have it for you. That's more of an upgrade that someone didn't choose, but you can actually put your shoes and your coats and have a little mud room right here if you wanted to. Checking out the back patio real quick here. You get your 1 slab, nothing fancy. And that looks really nasty right now, but they are gonna clean that up as the community develops. And just look at how much protected land you have between here and that roadway out there and between other properties. So you actually have a decent view and no one's gonna ever be built right behind you, which is awesome. The only thing I don't like is this is a pretty sloped yard, but lots of yard on the side. It's just so peaceful and quiet out here, guys.
So one of the differences, Ben, that I noticed, you noticed as well, because you were talking about it, is that they do have carpet on the stairs.
Not a fan of that at all.
Yeah, not a fan. But
very,
hey,
very typical in the price range though, so I can't be mad.
Yeah, and we'll go into the bedrooms. So let's choose this one right here. So I would say this would be your standard
standard
bedroom. So I guess you could fit a queen bed. You still will get a little bit of space.
But it'll pretty much take up the whole bedroom.
Yeah, it'll take the whole bedroom.
Yeah.
You would go with a twin bed.
Yeah, a twin bed would make this room feel a little bit bigger. But
and you got your
standard closet space there.
And you do have another one, same setup. Here it is, Ben, what I was talking about.
Yep, that's exactly what you've been talking about.
So this would be, I mean...
Now, actually, I think that actually might be more space though, is it?
You do get more space.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather have a walk-in than have what the other bedroom had.
Yeah,
so.
For sure.
So I'd be fighting for this bedroom if I had a choice.
And you still get a window, a little bit of light, but again, same size.
Nothing fancy. We're starting to feel a little bit more builder grade in here, right? But there's nothing wrong with that.
A little storage, a little linen closet.
All right, and then these 2 bedrooms are gonna share this full bath here. So, you know, it's got your typical stuff like your fiberglass insert. It's gonna have your single sink vanity here. Nothing too special in here. You do have your throne room, so someone could be in there using it while you're, you know, washing your hands. But that's about it in here.
We do have another bedroom.
So this is our 3rd non-primary bedroom.
Non-primary bedroom.
In addition to what that office space was downstairs.
And again, closet.
You guys know the drill. 1 light, 1 window, standard closet. Access to attic space for your HVAC, a little bit of storage.
Cool thing.
We got the double doors.
I like double doors.
Wider hallway here so it doesn't feel so tight and narrow. Trying to figure out how to get that door open.
All right, let's go on this side.
You guys can imagine it. Okay. So, I mean, we still got good lighting in here.
We still do.
I showed them the pond, so right now it's kind of ugly. They're still doing construction, obviously. But that's going to be a pretty view. And, I mean, just imagine waking up and seeing all those trees, grass everywhere you go.
And then you do have a walk-in closet.
Okay, so this one's not attached to the bathroom, but it's really large. Oh, I love that. A lot of space in there.
Yeah.
Love
And
that bathroom.
your bathroom, your master bathroom, double vanity.
And I mean, I really like the color that they're going with on this cabinetry. You know,
Yeah.
some people prefer white or black, but I like that.
You got the throne on one side, a shower on the other.
We do have ceiling to floor tiles in here, so it's a little bit wider shower. You still have some lighting coming in, and it's nothing but trees. I mean, that's so gorgeous. But your toilet's right there, so no throne room on this one. You're gonna lose a few points for that. And a really good sized linen closet in there as well, so that is a plus.
Ben, so I know that the toilet is not private, but you know one cool thing is?
What?
So you can do this when you wake up in the morning. You go do your thing,
Yep.
and then you just hop on the shower, wash it off. I mean, in Europe, they do that. Even back in Argentina, they have like a little thing on the side where you wash yourself off.
Okay.
So this is more like a different American style.
So maybe that's what they were going for when they built this, right?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. All right, so this is our fourth and final house. This is the Melbeck, and this is their third cheapest home and their third smallest home that they have, where the base price is starting at $316,000, which is ridiculously low by any means of the imagination, both nationally, but especially here in Raleigh, where new construction can get pretty pricey. So we're gonna notice that it is a smaller square footage. It's just under 2,000 square feet, but it still feels like a sizable home, especially if you're looking for something that's a little bit more your starter-friendly home. And it's definitely starter-friendly prices. Walking in, we still get a little bit of an entryway, enough room to kick off your shoes, maybe throw up your coat on a hanger. You do get a half bath right when you walk in, which is always a super convenient, kind of a must-have feature that we're seeing on pretty much every new construction home that we're walking nowadays. A little bit of storage space right here as well, if you need extra places to hang your coats, throw your boots, and we have storage under the stairs. This is also where you're gonna access like your internet and everything like that. Pretty standard thing builders are doing now. Now, what I'm seeing that I don't like, and this is them trying to get the floor plan right, so this is one downside, is you do have your laundry room on the first floor. So yeah, you've got nice window, yeah, you've still got your utility sink, yeah, you got storage, so like I appreciate all that. I just don't like that when I'm living upstairs, I'm gonna have to come downstairs every time to do my laundry. But again, the price point, I mean, we're literally over $100,000 cheaper on this floor plan, and you guys are gonna see that there's actually a lot of value in this one, which is why I said at the beginning of the video, might just be my favorite.
So let's walk into the living area, the kitchen, and the dining. Again, with an open floor concept, and it feels very spacious.
Especially knowing how much less square footage this house is, it's still a good size in here.
It is, and you got the island. I mean, it is a smaller size than the one we saw, but yet you can still fit probably like 5 people all around, not including the one that will be standing over here, just talking to everyone. And then you got over on this side, the bezeled backsplash.
Yeah, nice. That's a nice little upgrade. We haven't seen that on the other ones. I like it.
Again, with the cabinets, with different heights.
So we've still got a little bit of, your custom or your more upgraded kitchen in here, even at the price point, which is wild.
Of course.
$316,000, guys.
Yeah, and one of the differences from the one we just saw is that this one does have a stove that is...
Yeah, so that's your builder grade, right? Like they don't have the wall oven and all that stuff, but I'd give that up if I could drop over 100K on my price point.
Oh yeah, definitely. And again, steel appliances. You got the bowl sink over here.
Now, do you like, guys, comment below, do you like when it's just, shout out to Propel, do you like when it's just one solid bowl sink, or do you like when they put a split down the middle and you kind of have your 2 separate compartments? Put that in the comments, I'm kind of curious.
What is your favorite?
Me? I like it like this, it looks nice.
Yeah, I like that too, yeah.
I don't mind
for
it.
Sure. And on this side, we got the living room. Again, enough space to do a little L couch with your TV on the front. You still got spaces on each ends to put some sofas, and the windows all around.
Now, do we still get a patio here? Yes, we do.
We do get a patio.
Now, as you guys can clearly see, you got 2 squares out there, so it's about half the length. Well, not half the length of the house. This house isn't as wide as the one next door, right? And it's not covered by any means, so you do have a lot of sun coming in right now. I'm not gonna go out there because it's freaking hot, and your boy's exhausted, but you guys get the picture. All right, I think it's about time that we head upstairs. We still have the wood on the stairs, which, as you guys probably know, a lot of builders are throwing carpet on the stairs and the whole upstairs, trying to save money. To see a price point this low and still have kind of these upgrades, I really, really appreciate that. Now, yes, you're gonna have carpet once you get up to the loft. Some people, including me, would prefer that this is also your LVP or your wood. But again, price point, we have to look at just how much cheaper this house is, and then you kind of understand where they're coming from. We're still seeing a loft here. This is the smallest one that we've seen today, but it's still very usable. It still means that all the bedrooms have a common place to kind of hang out at, which is awesome. We're gonna take you into the first bedroom here, and you're gonna notice it is a little bit smaller. We're just losing a little bit of square footage in every room we go into, but they've still got a queen bed in here, and we've still got room for, you know, your nightstands on each end, and these are actually kind of large nightstands too. So decent sized room, lighting's pretty good. If we actually turn on the light fixture, it's even brighter in here. And same closet we've been seeing everywhere, just not as wide. So you are losing just a little bit of space. Again, this is still a good sized house, guys. 2,000 square feet is nothing to gawk at. Looking here in the full bath, you still get the double sink. Sometimes they don't throw that in there on the price point. Now we just got a half wall for the toilet, so unfortunately it's one person uses this room at a time, right? You can't have multiple people using the bathroom at once like the other floor plans were designed. But they also have tile in the bath here, and I was actually really surprised to see that, weren't you, Ricardo?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, normally this would just be this material running all the way up the wall. It would just be your fiberglass insert. So they threw this in even at the price point, which is cool.
Yeah, even though at the price point we're at, they haven't taken away a lot of stuff. I mean, you still got the same concept. You still got your living area here. You still got space between the rooms.
And this bedroom right here is pretty much identical to the one that we just walked. Obviously, it's just dressed all up pink and everything. Now, this is what we're talking about. They got one window instead of three, so just less lighting in these rooms overall, but the size is still decent.
Still decent, yeah. Closet space, again.
About what we were seeing
But
over
what
there.
we saw,
Yep.
but still like standard space.
Yep. Well, how about that master? That's what we really want to see. Like, how much smaller is the master, or is it good for the price?
So hold on, Ben.
Oh, shoot.
Go back.
Oh, don't look, guys. All right. Show us that master bedroom.
So this is your master bedroom.
I love the double doors.
It is.
That is so cool. Okay, and we
hey,
still have the tray ceiling.
Still got the tray ceiling.
Still got the awesome light fixture. I love that thing personally. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It is smaller on size, but I feel like having this entrance that we just saw gives it the little special, that little extra, that even though you're at a lower price point, you still got that special.
I mean, I'll be honest, this is still way bigger of a master bedroom than I expected, guys. Like, this isn't bad at all. Like, to get this for low 300s is insane to me.
And again, you got the windows all around, so.
Yeah, and you still got 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. So they're not even skimping on windows either. I mean, I'm really impressed.
Going into the bathroom, still doing that double vanity, his and hers.
Now it's just a little bit smaller in here.
It is smaller. You don't have the tub as the other one.
Yeah, no tub. Toilet's kind of hanging out on its own.
And this would be your walk-in closet right here.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that they did not, I mean, even though it's the lowest priced, they did not go cheap on it. I mean, they still give that value to the home. So that's really amazing, because if it was the lowest price point, usually they do like basic or standard material or stuff like that. So they do really care about what they're selling.
Honestly, I 100% agree, Ricardo. Like, this is by far my favorite today, not because it was the coolest or the most expensive. It's actually because the value that you get for the ridiculously low price point. And now I think you guys are probably wanting to know about the incentives, because even on this low price point, you still get some incredible incentives. So why don't we talk about that now? All right, so we just got done looking at the last home. Now, I promised you guys that we would be talking about the incentives. So not only is this ridiculously low prices, but they're throwing out some pretty good incentives on this last phase, and you guys are going to be the first to know about it.
So first off, you got $10,000 in closing costs,
which is already, like, most builders are throwing out 5, regardless of price point, so that's pretty good.
and then
They're throwing out not 5, $10,000 more dollars in design
Wow.
costs. So like I said, guys, they're not spec. I mean, they do a little bit of spec, meaning some of their houses are already built up, they decide it, but you do have so many floor plan options. You have a total of 17 in this next phase that you can choose from, which is ridiculous. We showed you 4 of our absolute favorites, most of these being the model homes here, the best sellers. But in addition to choosing floor plans, you have the customization center, you have all sorts of options and upgrades. We saw as much as $100,000 in upgrades and as low as about $20,000-$25,000. And they're giving you 10, which could be a good chunk of the upgrades that you might need or want in your home.
exactly. I feel like even 10,000, like you said, this one that we saw had 100,000 and the other one had 25. Still, with 10,000, there's a lot you can do to make that home special for you. So I mean,
I think this is one of my favorite communities that we've ever toured, again, on the channel, but also off the channel. If you guys want to get in on this or learn more about other communities like it, then definitely reach out with the contact information at the bottom of the screen, or you can just click that easy link in the description, set up a time to chat with me and Ricardo. For more living in Raleigh, make sure you watch one of these videos next. I'm Benjamin.
Ricardo.
We'll see you there.